And funnily enough, that is the noise my legs make when I open and close them.
when you're sleeping very heavily.
Woo!
Hey there, welcome
She's back. Ding
to
dong.
Motorcycle
The witch
Race.
is back. The witch is back.
and Misfits here at the Recycle Garage in sunny Santa Cruz, California. Wow, it's great to be back. Not only is it great to be back, what a great day today.
Yes, all the things.
A little bit got done, but again, it's just the usual of people coming and hanging out and having conversations.
Yeah, but that's what the
and it's
Misfits
fun.
is all about.
Eating food and
Yes,
talking talk.
yes,
Yeah.
and all the things.
Yeah. In fact, we had so many people. We picked up an extra one today here for the show. Let's see who's here in the studio with me. Hey, everyone. This is Liza. And I am back, and I brought some bits and bobs with me. See, I learned how to speak English, didn't I, Emma?
Yeah, you did.
And is Bob your uncle, too?
And before I introduce the rest of the group, I just wanted to say, hey, big thanks to everyone for covering while I was gone. I always say that the shows when I'm not there are some of my
We had
favorite.
such
You
a
guys
good time.
those were good shows. I really
fun.
enjoyed listening to them. Emma, you did great.
Of course.
Last week, running the show, telling your stories. For some reason, when I'm here in the room, I just gloss over when you just rammer on and on. But I'm listening to a podcast. I'm like, wow, this is really entertaining.
No, and I can actually vouch for that because when I get on one of my rolls, I'll look over at Liza and I swear her fucking eyes have rolled back in her head, and she looks like dead. And then as soon as I stop, the millisecond I stop yakking, she comes back to life. It's like raising the dead.
It's a curious thing.
It is an incredibly curious thing. You're no better, Jim.
What? What?
Who?
I am
what?
riveted to every word you
Yeah, I
speak,
know
of
you are,
course.
darling.
Well, you guys did a great job.
No, thank you,
So,
sweetie.
running the board, it's everyone's favorite stump. It's Stumpy John.
Hey, I am full of apple pie, shrimp, and clams.
Oh,
Yeah,
God,
we'll
do
get
I have
to
to sit
that.
so close to
We'll
you?
get to that.
Yes.
And of course, I'm still waiting for her OnlyFans page since that was hinted at. It's Miss Emma.
Hello, darling. And I keep my bits and bobs in my knickers. And they're all present and accounted for. Tra-la-la.
We probably have enough photos around to create her OnlyFans.
You can make a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
Only fans. Oh, my God.
Oh, we call it the muddy shrimper.
That's great.
Oh, my God.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, I think it'd be... I'm not sure about the muddy shrimp. Be more like Jaws. Be this picture. Captain Quint getting
Gonna need a bigger boat.
Ah, you're gonna need a bigger
We're going to need a doctor in here in a minute.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
no. It's an incredibly bad idea.
Well, and of course, if you've been with us for a while, or like some of the listeners have gone back and managed to listen to our whole catalog,
Yes.
it's crazy, then you probably recognize that voice. It's Douglas.
Are you calling me old?
Yes.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I got to say, this dark cherry apple cider is amazing.
Who made that dark cherry apple cider?
It's
Doug?
Angry Orchard.
Is that Cragmont?
I don't know. It's fucking delicious.
Stuff you can get in a can.
Yep.
And,
Stuff you can get in a can.
Looking dapper in his shorts today. I always love the view from across the room.
Yeah.
It's
I got
Naked Jim.
I got a dangler for you. I see you trying not to look.
He's got the bits and bobs.
I can see you looked. She looked.
That's what that is, a dangler, huh?
Happy-
I was wondering.
When I get scared, it pops out.
It's like a scared turtle.
Happy to be here. Great to have Doug here.
Yeah.
Thank
yeah.
you. Day.
Thank you.
Well, and, Emma, you'd be
Yes,
glad to
darling.
know. So, I spent the last couple weeks. Yeah. I spent the last couple weeks riding Triumphs, and I'm still riding Triumphs. I haven't ridden any yet. But while I was in the UK, I got to sit on a very special bike. One that we talked about is the sexiest scooter of all time.
Oh, I saw a picture of it.
The Italjet Dragster. Bagel, I need to know, what do you think of that bike? Is it sexy?
It's not my kind of sexy, though. Maybe for some people.
Well, I thought of you, Bagel.
I might think differently if I rode it. We'll see.
So I'm going to come to Bagel's defense because I know Bagel from first course to dessert. And I think Bagel is very much like me. Italjet dragsters come in two flavors. They come in Gen 1 and Gen 2.
Yeah.
And the Gen 1s are, God, they're drop dead sexy. And the Gen 2s are probably a better scooter, but they're just not quite as sexy.
I'll tell you something.
Bagel?
No, I got to say, I never cared for the look of them from the get-go. I just thought it's a different aesthetic that just doesn't appeal to me.
I think the Gen 1 is the more radical.
Yeah, I would say so. But what does appeal to me is the performance.
Yes,
and I've never ridden either of the dragsters, but I would love to give them a try.
So here's a question which dovetails into this, and then we'll get to who else is in the room. But
we got them all.
Oh, we got them all. Fantastic. So Scotty was in the garage today and making noise about a 50cc machine, a scooter or a motorcycle. It's capable of 1,000 miles in 24 hours. And I said, I'm not sure if that's actually possible.
You had somebody on the scooter Cannonball on a 50cc Ruckus, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But that is not an iron butt.
But exactly, because if we kind of extrapolate, the best for a 50cc, it's got to be like 50 miles an hour. But that's at best. 40, kind of 40 is about where it's at. 40 times 24 is 960. So you haven't even made that 1,000 miles. And you haven't stopped for gas, and you haven't stopped to go for a pee-pee or take a poo-poo.
Right, and my average speed on my my iron butts was about 42 miles per hour, and that was pretty close to the limit of what I could do within to do 1,000 miles within 24 hours.
Right, so but what sort of speed?
Fast. Well, I mean, what top speed I was doing 75, 80.
There you go. Because to maintain that average speed,
I had to stop for gas. I had to. Right, because you have to stop for gas, you have to stop for traffic, you have to stop, for construction, whatever else might come in your way. You can't do that if you have a 45, 50 mile an hour top speed.
Yeah, so I don't think it's capable. I don't think it's doable. But we always stand to be corrected.
Maybe if they towed a streamlined trailer that had 50 gallons of fuel in it, they could do it. I don't know.
I don't know, but that's exactly the kind of conversations we have in the garage. Good times. I actually helped Jake 2.0 fix his Vespa.
Fantastic.
Cool.
Yeah.
He did look great in that Davy Crockett jacket he was wearing and the open helmet he was riding around in. He looked like he came right out of like 1976 or something. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
And of course, at about 1:30, a black Jaguar pulled up, blasting John Coltrane from the speakers, and we dumped a lot of motocross gear.
Mm-hmm. We have a lot of gear. If anyone is needing gear,
come down and get it.
Come down and get it.
And particularly if you need dirt bike gear.
Well, actually, I already called Clay at First Rides and gave him the heads up to come down and collect motorcycle gear, motocross gear.
Okay, good.
So that goes to a good home.
That's going to be more for the instructors than the children because it's mostly large, but it was a mega stash.
Yeah. So, and before we get into my big trip, I just wanted to say, John and I had a great ride yesterday.
Yeah, it was fun.
Live to ride, ride to eat. That is our motto, and boy,
we ate.
Did we?
I saw the pictures of you getting rough with a crustacean.
Mm-hmm.
We ate 2 pounds of shrimp.
Oh my God.
A pound of clams, a pound of mussels, sausage, corn, potatoes.
We did.
And then we went for pie.
It was great.
It's such a good thing. But I got to go ride the Triumph. And this is the thing. I had that Triumph a couple months now. Had some problems, had to sort out. Electrical's all sorted. It's been a month since I fixed it, and the battery held the charge.
Oh, brilliant.
it's all fixed. So I hopped on that and wrote it down because I've been riding Triumphs a lot lately. In fact, I've seen a lot of Triumphs.
And what are your thoughts, Liza?
On Triumphs?
As a brand, yeah.
Oh, I think that Triumph is making a lot of really good moves, what with getting into the motocross. And I saw the scramblers, the little 400 scrambler and street bike that they have.
Yeah, how they look.
They look pretty as...
Yeah, they're on
Oh,
display.
excuse me.
Well, that's the thing now. Isn't Honda doing the mid-size scrambler bikes again? Yeah.
Jim, could I grab a little bit of your water,
Oh,
darling?
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so
sweetie.
I'm trying to think. They were on display.
Well, we saw the Honda, the Scrambler yesterday at Monterey Power Sports.
How they look? They look kind of cool. The pictures.
Yeah, they're okay.
What was Knox's friend that was here today looking for a bike? Maybe someone that
Evelyn.
size.
Here, check these out.
Like an Evelyn
Pass
bike.
that around. Those are the Triumph 400s.
Thank you, Jim.
Oh, yeah.
So, let me get to my trip. So, as you know, Kat and I went to the UK for our epic adventure. The whole goal, and Emma, I have so much respect for the UK in the amount of iconic motorcycle locations. And this was the whole reason for going there.
Right, I know.
There's a lot of stuff packed in a small space.
Yes.
So, I'm gonna rattle off all the places.
Kind
we
of
went.
like my knickers. There's a lot of stuff packed in a small space. Nevertheless,
I'm gonna rattle off everywhere we went and did. Went to the bike shed in London.
Oui.
Then we went up to the Isle of Man for the Manx.
Oui.
That was cool. Then I went and spent some time with Haley, who drove me around to every shop and every track in Northern England and Northern Wales.
Oui.
There's so many tracks.
So are a lot of those like speedway tracks?
Can I jump in here? Haley, congratulations.
Yes,
on
cheers.
your
Yeah.
baby.
Haley gave me a goddaughter.
No.
I was actually joking that it was, in fact, your child, and you were very kind letting Haley feed
Yeah,
it.
pretty much.
Yeah, you've got that arrangement. But well done, Haley. Yep.
So yeah, went and visited a lot of shops. I'll get to those. The Triumph factory.
Yeah, you did the factory tour.
Yeah, it was really cool. Riding in Wales.
Oh, look you.
Went to the Silverstone Raceway.
Okay, very
which
famous
is their
raceway.
famous
Yeah.
in UK.
Racetrack.
The National Motorcycle Museum.
Right,
And the Ace Cafe.
right.
All of that in 2 weeks.
Amazing.
Those are all, these were all the hot spots.
Do you say bike shed? Was that in there?
Yep. Bike shed.
Did you get to ride past the people eating and stuff?
We didn't have our bikes yet.
Oh, okay. Darn it. Okay.
Yeah, that was the first day. But it's just an iconic. It's an iconic location that's got a restaurant and a store and a barbershop and a tattoo parlor and everything all in one place, and it's just all bike shit. Mm-hmm. I mean, what a great way to kick it off. Right?
I didn't ask you. Did you have any rain or anything?
Yeah, so we can cover the weather. So we were there scouting out a potential tour in the UK, and we came up with a couple issues. Now, all these things I just listed off were amazing destinations, but the weather's unpredictable. In fact, Haley took me into a dealership. They're no longer selling bikes. They got rid of their bikes and are only selling gear. It was huge, right? I'm like, what? That's not how this is working right now. They're like, I know. But they found that because they have such a huge selection, they become the real go-to place. And they had about a quarter of this giant store was rain gear.
Wow, of course.
Rightly so.
Out here, we go to cycle gear, and it's like, there's a couple frog togs in the corner.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know?
A garbage bag. Yeah.
And there it was like rain gear. And here's the thing. I have even more respect for UK riders because that don't stop them.
No.
They pack their rain gear and they go ride. Full stop. Because they know even if it starts out as a sunny day, there might be rain somewhere in the middle, and they just deal with it and plow on.
Yeah, but to a certain extent, that is very much a European thing as well.
Yeah.
In Germany, everyone's got rain gear. And, you just have it with you on the bike, and you have these fluorescent suits that you pull on over your motorcycle gear.
Lots of high-vis there.
A lot of high-vis, and you just, as soon as it starts pouring with rain, just out comes the high-vis suit, put it on, you just carry on. I mean, I've done like 160 clicks on the Autobahn in the pouring rain, just aquaplaning like hell. It was fun as what? Brilliant. But yeah, I mean, that's a Northern European thing. The weather is unpredictable, Liza.
Weather's unpredictable. So if you're having a tour, not everybody's signing up to go someplace and ride in the rain and rain gear.
Well, you just need to make sure that that's full disclosure.
Well, if you're going to England, you're signing up to do that.
Yes, when you sign up for the tour.
Now, we were lucky. We didn't have that much rain. In fact, I never had to put on my rain pants, but I put on my rain jacket over my jacket. But it was never like pouring, right? And the other thing, and I'm very sorry, Emma, but, with Cat's tours, one of his standards is have good food on the tour. And we struggled finding good food in general. We found that and Emma, tell me if this is a generalization, that the food in the UK is more like working class food. And when you go to a good restaurant, they take working class food and just prepare it very well.
No, and I think that's largely true. People misunderstand English food a lot. I hear a lot that it's stodgy, that it's boring.
Yeah.
But what you've got to understand about England is it is primarily a cold country. It's a damp country. Food is fuel out there. You need fuel.
Yeah.
You need fuel to keep you warm. You need fuel to keep you going. And that's what British food is.
Yes.
Even I confound my American friends because I'm deeply working class. And I eat that way. I was brought up eating that way, as a lot of people are in England. And I can go to the fanciest restaurant in San Francisco, and I'm looking for the hamburger.
You're looking for the mushy green peas.
Yeah. Can we talk about that? What is the obsession with peas?
Well, peas themselves I do not do mushy peas. They're absolutely revolting. Matter-of-fact peas. Disgusting. Peas are great.
I don't like peas, and they come with everything.
Now, listen.
I love those peas.
Okay, I'm going to tell you Miss Emma's way of preparing peas.
Do you eat them with a knife?
Well, you can. So,
Torture.
Here is Miss Emma's cookbook. Here's how to prepare the perfect peas. So get some and you can do them frozen. You'd never want to microwave peas. So you boil up your water in a little saucepan, and you put in the peas, and you cook them. However, some people add salt. I don't. I add a little teaspoonful of sugar, and it really makes them sweet. You serve them piping hot. You get a big knob of butter, drop it on the top. Perfect. And that's the correct way to serve peas.
Peas do not belong with fish and chips.
Yes, they do.
But they belong with a knob.
Does
apparently.
curry sauce, though?
Just saying.
It goes with everything. Curry sauce.
So
goes with
those were the
everything.
only two things that weren't perfect. Is finding like good food. You go to a pub, which is just very simple, and it's going to be simple food. And
How was the fish and chips, though?
I had good fish and chips. I had not so good fish and chips. I mean, we live in a seaside town. I mean, I'm used to good fish and chips. But what it does makes up with is charm. Charm everywhere you go.
Well, Isle of Man especially, I would imagine.
Just everywhere. Charm.
Yeah, but still, yeah.
So, then the third thing that we encountered. So, if you're touring a country, you may want to get off of the freeway and go do some of these back roads and see the farms and see, what life is like out there. This did not work. And Cat had gone through a great amount of effort to plot all these back roads. Emma, what are the back lanes like through farm country?
Well, they are quite treacherous because you'll often be on what's laughingly called a 2-lane road. It's really
it's a single lane.
It's a single lane road, and of course a tractor will fill up the entire lane.
Yep.
So you're looking for ways to pass. High stone walls either side.
Hedges.
Or hedges.
Hedges.
Extremely sharp little hedges which confound you thinking about riding into them. Cow shit, mud at the gates, so there's plenty of slippy stuff. Really poor visibility.
Yeah, how fast would you safely
Sounds
travel
fun.
on these lanes?
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, whenever I've gone and visited my brother, he's always terrified me by doing about a gazillion miles an hour down these things, going so fast. In fact, we're experiencing the Doppler shift. But really, 40 miles an hour is...
30 miles an hour is what the restriction is on these. 30 miles an hour, not fun. In fact, one of the low points was, I think, I forget where we were, but it was tight lane, high hedges, misty rain, and only the smell of sheep shit.
Which means they're sheep.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this was in Wales. Just the smell of sheep shit. Like, I want out of here. I want out of here so bad. You know?
Well, arguably, I mean, the whole of Wales smells of sheep shit.
So what we discovered was those lanes were not the way to travel, but the A roads and the M roads. So what does that mean? The M roads are basically the freeways.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's M motorway.
Yeah, M motorway. And that the A roads are those actually 2-lane back highways through that, through farmland that are meant to move a little bit faster, that are connecting village to village oftentimes. And those were quite pleasant too.
Were they mostly just straight, or there was a lot of curves?
No, there's curves and rolling hills, and never long and straight roads. Never. It's all kind of rolling hills. But I actually enjoyed hopping onto the freeway, which you think you wouldn't, because it's beautiful countryside.
That's pretty.
And it's just green, and you could really see the landscape and see where you're going. But I found that this trip was more about the destinations and less about the ride. I think on Cat's trips, it's more about the ride, wouldn't you say, Emma?
I think so.
It's about the rides every day in the amazing roads. And so even though I was a little disappointed in these roads, the destinations more than made up for it.
Right.
So I found that just going there and going from place to place, meeting people along the way, seeing these charming villages, and just, it was cool. And I will say, I don't know why, but I've had this idea when we talk about Birmingham, where you're from. I envision stone walls that are with soot on them and cobblestone.
Well, it was like that when I was growing
Mary
up.
Poppins and stuff.
Yeah.
Dick Van Dyke.
Yeah, it wasn't that at all. It was very nice.
It's
a lot of green around.
So let me tell you a little bit about Birmingham, and it's changed a lot over the years. If you see any film footage of Birmingham from the 1960s and 1950s, it was that grim, grey industrial city, and proudly so. Amongst working-class cities, I mean, Birmingham stands pretty much alone. It's the second largest city in England. Sorry, Manchester, it's not you, it's Birmingham. And it's Brum. I mean, it's a great city. But it has become quite gentrified over the years.
What is it analogous to in the U.S., like Chicago?
Detroit.
Detroit.
Yeah, I'd say its closest is Detroit. But, it's kind of, that was the Birmingham that was. Number one, I'm 20 years out of touch because I haven't even set foot in England in 20 years. But I've heard that, Birmingham, it's a very modern city. It's a very green city. They're really working with the spaces they've got there, which is absolutely great. I'll tell you a useless fact about Birmingham.
Oh, yeah?
In terms of length, miles, not width, there are more miles of waterways in Birmingham than there are in Venice.
Huh.
Who knew?
Now, Venice has got more water because, of course, it's got waterways that are half a mile wide.
Yeah.
But in terms of actual distance, length, travelled, Birmingham has got far more miles of waterways than Venice.
So those were our first observations of and our expectations of what this is going to be like, right?
Yes.
Now let's get to the good stuff.
Yes.
After leaving London, we shot straight up, basically to Heysham to catch the ferry to Isle of Man.
Fantastic.
Nice.
Now we've had Yuri on here talking about Isle of Man, and it's billed as the most dangerous race in the world, and I really didn't know what to expect. When they say it's an island, I didn't know what to expect. It's a pretty big island. It takes a while to go around it, and what's amazing is we were there. This was the 100th anniversary of the Manx.
Yeah, that'd be
100 years.
Wow.
This, it takes a few hours to take the ferry there. So it's not like you're traveling just across a little river. You're going quite a ways. And it is a community that understands that motorcycle races happen, and they all accept it.
That's probably the only reason they're there.
And they, every day they have schedules of when the roads are closing.
Wait a minute. They have schedules.
Yep. And then they are closed. So we got there our first day, and our housing, shout out to Cat. He did an amazing job finding places for us to stay. We had our own house on a farm, not 15 minutes from the port in Douglas.
Did you get to milk anything?
No.
No.
I chased some barn cats.
Oh, there you go.
We were like literally 10 minutes from McDonald's, but we were out in the countryside with livestock around us. It was beautiful.
Nice.
So that was really cool. But our house was on the inside of the track, and we arrived and we were on the outside of the track. And this is why we were going there to scout stuff out. And the track wasn't closing until 9 p.m. that night. So we had to hang out and do stuff, watch bikes, get some Thai food,
There you go.
It wasn't until like 2 days later we discovered the secret tunnel.
I was going to say, isn't there like they'll put a temporary overpass or something where pedestrians can get back and forth?
Nope.
No. Wow.
It's amazing. No, when they're going to shut down for the races, you need to make sure that you are in whatever village or section you need to be in, because there's not a lot of roads other than this is the main road that goes around connecting all these villages, right? But they have a secret tunnel that is normally a pedestrian/bike path tunnel that they pull out the blockades and let people drive through during the race. We didn't learn that till like day 3. But that is a thing that it's good to go there and learn. Isle of Man was awesome. I really enjoyed it, and I really enjoyed the Manx because we weren't dealing with the crowds that you get at TT. It was just more, I don't know, like...
How was it getting around the island as far as from like location to location? Because you rode bikes, right? Like it was easy enough to find parking and good viewing spots and all that?
Yeah, and just to clarify, I was on the Triumph Tiger 850 Sport.
How'd you like it?
It did the job, though I kept trying to shift into 7th gear on the freeway.
Right, they are quite low geared. Were you looking for power?
Not down low. It was there if you needed to maneuver or do something.
Right, but...
It had it. But it didn't have like a cruising thing.
Yeah, okay, I get you.
And remind me, I got to come back. There was a thing happened with the Tiger. I'll tell you about. A thing happened with it.
A thing?
Yeah, we'll get to that. Isle of Man. So went and visited the ferry bridge. Went to I got these on to show you guys. Murray's Motorcycle Museum.
Cool. And
check this out. Look what I got myself. What's that say, John? I got my little bracelet.
Isle of Man TT Course Marshal.
What?
Ooh, what happened there?
Yeah, well, the first full day there, I went down to the grandstands to watch the races and meet people and do the pits and everything, and there was rain. So here's another thing to learn about Isle of Man. They will shut that bitch down very quickly because it is so dangerous. I really like that they take that serious. If the mountain track is fogged in, they'll shut it down because they can't get helicopters up there to rescue people. If it rains in certain areas of the track that are known for pooling, they will shut it down. In fact, it rained in one village. It was sunny in the rest of the village, rest of the island. They canceled the races because of this one place that's known to be
like totally canceled or just postponed
for that day. That day, they're like, yep, it was practices.
Oh, okay.
Shut it down. So I was like, okay, well, turns out a friend of mine was a marshal. So I called her up And she came and met me. She took me into the Marshall tent and got me a buff and this thing. Got me some free stuff.
Nice.
Swag stuff. And then took me for a tour. And I saw... Emma, have you been to Isle of Man?
Yes.
I saw the wheel.
Oh, that Black Sea. Yes.
It's a giant water wheel. The size of like the biggest Ferris wheel you've ever seen.
Yeah, but it's a water wheel.
Mm-hmm. Saw a bunch of castles.
Yes.
There's a place, Castletown or something. Yeah. Found out that there are other tracks. They have other races. Other clubs hold other races. And
you say track, just a course you can take on the city streets.
They call it the track.
Yeah.
There are other courses that are set up in other parts of the island for other races. So it's more than just TT and Manx.
Right.
They're just smaller, like club races. Cat and I did the mountain course twice. By the mountain course, it means you get to do the entire thing from Douglas all the way around. And boy, it's stunning when you're up on that mountain and there are no speed limits. When you see a circular sign with a black slash through it, that means go to town. I'm not used to seeing that kind of thing. And you come up over that mountain and then you come up over the peak and you're looking down on Douglas and the ocean. It's beautiful. And it was really cool to experience that and know that these racers, iconic racers, that you're seeing what they see.
Mike Elwood, Giacomo Agostini.
So any famous people you saw?
Michael Dunlop, and of course...
Well, the Dunlops are royalty, just royalty.
Yeah, and of course, now I'm blanking on his name.
Guy Martin?
No, he wasn't there. Have a pint with... Oh, shoot. John...
McGinnis.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I say have a pint because when I was at the...
So that's cool. Those guys are salty.
A motorcycle show in London a couple years ago, they had a little pub set up and a sign that says, have a pint with John. He just sat there at a table and people would come and have a drink and hang out with him.
That's funny.
I know. He's won like 24 races or something.
Right.
I mean, huge. Long careers. But it was really cool to see things. I went, when I went to the Murray's Motorcycle Museum. So here's the thing I recommend doing. I did this a bunch of times on this trip. If you're in a museum, there's not so much stuff to see, right? And you don't know what any of it is. And so I go up and I ask like for a curator or the owner or somebody and a manager. And I'm like, I know you've got stories for everything, but I just would love to know if you can pick one item in this museum and tell me its story. I would appreciate that. And he's like, I got it. So he marches me. This is Peter. He's got to be like 80 years old, maybe 94. I don't know. He was an old guy. And he marches me over to this race bike in the middle of the floor. And he points at it and he goes, first woman to win at Isle of Man.
There you go.
And it said Carolyn on it. And I'm like, I know that bike. I don't know. That's the one story I know.
Nice.
And here's the funny thing. He's like, hop on.
Wow.
Ooh.
Let me sit on the bike, and he took my camera and took pictures of me, and I was like, awesome. And then when I got the camera back, I looked, there was no photo.
Oh, no.
Did it really happen?
Yeah, but that was really, really cool. So did a lot of sightseeing, saw stuff. I would definitely go back. Definitely go back.
What's the population of the island?
86,000. I just looked it up.
86,000.
Yep.
Okay.
Douglas is the main
It's like Santa
island. Then
Cruz.
there's a lot of these little villages and areas and sections.
Okay.
And random pubs but once you're there and you see like people shoom down these roads.
Because it is. It's
I can't imagine the videos do any of that justice, right?
Well, no, but when you see a wrestling mat wrapped around the telephone pole, and you're like, that ain't going to do shit. Right?
Yeah.
But they try.
Just so they can see it better.
They try. They do. And wow, they have like 150 marshals spread out all over the track at every street and roadblock and corner and everything. I mean, they're all volunteers. It's a massive effort. Mm-hmm. Massive effort. Pretty amazing how they do that. So I don't know about TT, but the Manx, I had a lovely time. I would go again because not only are you seeing the fast sport bikes, you're seeing vintage bikes going. You're seeing everything.
Were you able to, or did you try to go like around the pits or tech inspection, any of that kind of stuff?
Oh, yeah. I stood right in front of tech inspection, watched them.
So, you missed something there.
Walked the pits and took pictures and talked to people when I was with my friend Janet, because she knows a lot of the people as a marshal.
And, dare I say it, that if you've never been before, as big a spectacle as the Isle of Man TT is, the Manx is a great start, because it's very, very easy to get overwhelmed at the Isle of Man for the TT, because they're just so crowded and there's so much going on. It assaults you so much. It's almost like if you do the Manx the year before, it's going to give you this little taste of what it's about and almost prepare you for the Isle of Man TT. I don't know. What do you think?
Honestly, I talk to people and they're like, yeah, you want to go to the TT. I think it's like, we've been to Laguna Seca when Moto GP was there. It's huge. Hundreds of thousands of people, lots of vendors, really exciting, right? But then we also go when it's just, Moto America.
Or Arma. And it's great.
And Arma, and we have a fun time because you're not fighting crowds.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you can go around and talk to people and walk the pits. It's more just laid back.
There's something
and I
to
like
be
that.
said for everyone. Yeah,
I like that. If you're a hardcore, follower of certain racers and you want to be there, but no, I just found that it was easy to just, go buy a ticket, sit in the grandstand, and we met people and talked to people there. Everyone was just really chatty, and we met a lot of people. So really great experience. Would definitely go again. Highly recommend going to the Manx. It wasn't that expensive, and it's easier to go ride the course because the roads are open a bit more. It's less of a shit show, but you do have to be careful because there are the asshats on Ducatis who think they want to, they want to show off how fast they are, and they're coming. And here's a delivery van coming the other direction, so they have to cut in. I had a guy almost clip my mirror, passing me and cutting in front. Like, come on, So I would think with TT it's a bit crazier, but really loved it. So from there, I actually split off from Cat because we were there for 5 days. I wanted to go spend time with Haley and Tom before the baby came. So, what do you do with somebody who's about to give birth? Make them drive you around to every track and shop.
Perfect.
And that was really cool. There's so many tracks there of all different sizes. But the shops were really neat to see. That's where I sat on the Italjet dragster and see all the brands they have there. These CCMs are because of the tiered licensing, so many small displacement bikes. They have Duke. We've seen the Duke 200. No, they have a Duke 125.
Oh, wow.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Crazy.
Because you need a 125 for your starter.
Yep.
And that was really cool. Though, you know what, Bagel, I was surprised there weren't that many scooters. But
That's
Emma,
a disappointment.
maybe you can answer this.
Maybe in London, right? No?
No.
No, wow.
No, British people don't like scooters because they're stupid.
Here's something I found that's
That's
interesting.
not British people. That's scooters. I want to phrase that properly.
Oh, that's right.
British people are very smart, and scooters are very stupid.
I found that there were a lot of people on very large displacement bikes. There were a lot of KTM 1290s, a lot of
Yeah, you mentioned that.
of the Triumphs, like 1200s, big bikes, but you can't really open them up like you do here on our freeways.
Yeah, but I mean, it's kind of a rite of passage over there, and it always has been. It's like you get your first big bike, and now you're on big bikes, and that's kind of how it is.
I guess, yeah, right about you earned it.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Yeah, you earned it. You can do it, and now you got your big bike.
Yeah. So a couple days later, Kat came and joined us, and we went to the Triumph factory. This was one of the things that was kind of a big deal for me. Have you been to the Triumph factory? You have to have been. Yeah.
No, it was built after I left.
Oh, right.
In Birmingham?
No.
Oh.
It's in Hinkley.
Oh,
that's for
God,
sure.
Hinkley, Jesus.
It's not that far.
It's in Hinkley.
Are people in Hinkley stupid, or are they're smart?
No, they're incredibly smart, like
okay.
all other English
There we go,
people.
yeah.
I say it's
I want to
not.
make that absolutely clear.
Smarter than Birmingham.
Oh, no.
A little shorter.
I say it's not that far But by our standards here in California, nothing is that far.
That's right.
I don't think I told you when I got the word that Haley had given birth and I needed to get to the hospital. You know where I was?
Go on.
I just pulled into Cardiff, which
Yes.
is in southern Wales, and
Yes.
Haley is in northern England.
Yes.
And I said, I'll be right there.
Been about an hour and a half. Yeah, no.
No, I think it's maybe 5 hours.
Yeah.
Does that sound about right? From
Yeah.
Cardiff up to Warrington.
Yeah.
I had to stop in Brecon to pick up my suitcase, and it wasn't that long. Maybe four. You can go anywhere in the UK for what is considered a lunch run for us.
Did you find some good country roads in between Isle of Man and Haley Bell?
Wales.
Or Wales? I mean,
Oh,
that's
Wales
right.
is fantastic.
Yeah.
However, Wales, I am told from a traffic standpoint, is the most heavily policed country in the world.
Well, let me get back to Wales because I want to talk about the Triumph Factory. This place was impressive.
And you were with Laura, one of our long-term listeners, right?
Yes. So my friend Laura that I met where we're over in England.
Yes.
And she is currently trying to get a job as a docent there on the tours. So she knows all the other tour guides. And so
Why hasn't she got a job yet?
they don't have a spot, but they're working on it. But what that means is she's very familiar with the place and everyone who works there. In fact, she has one of her own bikes is on display there.
Okay.
At the factory. So, the factory, they've got a cafe, a store, a museum, really cool, old stuff, new stuff. But then when you go into the factory tour, you can't take your cameras in, so I can't show you any pictures. But right away, on the first room you're in, that you're looking at, it's these racking that are got to be 6 levels high and probably I don't know, 100 bays deep. Mm-hmm. They said that they've got 6,000 bikes on the racks that are all pre-sold waiting to be shipped out.
Wow.
Yeah. Another thing that was interesting when we were there, I saw 2 guys wheeling a Yamaha and a Ducati past us into a back room.
No, and that's quite normal.
And yes. And they're
New ones? Like new models?
they said, we all buy each other's stuff. They all buy each other's stuff to take it apart, see how it
Take it
works. They
apart,
go
see
to
how
a
it
shop,
works,
they
yeah.
buy it, they bring it in, they see how it works.
The first time I ever saw a Yamaha OW01, which is that's a production racer. That's the you know what an OW01 is,
do.
John. The very first time I saw one of those at the flesh was actually at the Norton Works
interesting.
in Shenston, and they were reverse engineering it. Because Norton rotaries were made in a tiny, tiny little village between Birmingham and Lichfield called Shenston. I mean, it's on the map.
Yeah.
But that's where Norton rotaries were made. And they used to buy all these superbikes and bring them in and reverse engineer them. And that was for chassis stuff, not for engine stuff. Because they had their rotaries, you see. Tra-la-la.
So, Jim, I also tried one of our tricks. I'm like, I took one of our tour guys aside afterwards. I'm like, can I see the vault?
Where's the door?
I want to see the
secret
vault.
door.
And they're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I know you have a vault. You guys all have vaults. Bikes that aren't on display.
The secret
And
stash.
he's like, we don't have a vault. It's those racks, those rackings. They're just all, there were all sorts of bikes just wrapped in plastic, just on these giant racks in this great big warehouse room. But they took us through and they had behind closed doors, they're working on the dirt bike, the motocross bike. Couldn't see it, but my
That's
tour
'cause they have
guide did
Oompa
say
Loompas in there.
every now and then when we were walking past that section, he goes, keep an eye if the door opens. Because sometimes you'll
Walk
get a
real slow.
peek. They walk real slow. Keep an eye. They were doing a lot of the Tigers were on the production line there. Tigers are huge for them. I think it's 25%
That
of the
sounds about
Triumphs
right.
are Tigers. But they took us through different sections of assembly, and a lot of the stuff is being manufactured. So they showed us that they've got different factories around the world where different components may be getting made, so that they're bringing stuff in and then assembling there from other places. Make sense? But something that they do at this factory, it's pretty darn cool. And I didn't tell all of you this. Pinstriping.
Oh, yeah.
is still done by hand.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
In fact, the head pinstriper, 4th generation Triumph
What?
pinstriper.
Oh, wow.
No shit.
Wow.
4th generation. And he goes around, and they have other factories around the world.
Is his thumb like just one giant callus? It's
No.
just 5
But they
calluses.
showed us like the technique and the brush. I forgot to write down what it was. The brush is made from not a feather, but the hair of some animal. I'm like, how do I get that? And it was like fox hair or something.
No, it's not sable, is it?
No, I
Or
forget what it was.
Horsehair.
No, it was. But I'm like, that was an animal that I'm like, I'm not sure how to get
Lizard
that.
hair.
But I mean, not all models have a pinstriping. Some of them it's just built into the decal, but there are many models that do, and it is still done by hand, and that's something that they're very proud of there. That
Right.
craftsmanship of hand pinstriping.
Yes.
So that was really cool. So had a great time.
How many bikes do they put out a day?
I don't remember the number, but I was there at lunch and the production line wasn't moving. So it's hard to tell. But here's another thing that was really interesting. We've talked a long time ago. We had Darren in here, who was a designer for BMW, who talked about the process of sculpting the clay when they're designing, making new bikes. And you'll still see pictures of models being sculpted in clay. That is pretty much gone away. It doesn't happen
all
anymore.
computer
It's all
now.
computer
Yeah.
CAD.
It's computer, and then it is 3D printed or CNC'd. Every little part, they'll 3D print these parts and then mock them all up.
As a mold, right?
Well, not like the pinstriping. Here it says they use squirrel hair is the traditional
Yeah, it might have been that. It was
pinstriping
some
thing.
animal. I'm like,
Squirrel.
that's what? Yeah, squirrel. Yeah. like squirrel hair.
Yeah.
Something that
So
they
that's
don't
old
really
school.
farm.
Fucking
Yeah, here's a
squirrel
shotgun. There's some squirrels. I need a brush.
I'm a pinstriper / hunter.
I know. So yeah, the whole development design is different. Now, I'm going to ask you guys a question I don't know the answer to, but this is a question that I posed at the factory, and no one there could give me a direct answer. And I want your best guess. So they have many different models that they make there, from Bonnevilles to the Tigers to I don't know. There's a ton, and they even so like the little 400s. And I said there has to be some part that they're using on everything. It's cost saving, right? Certainly, they're not making a different foot peg or a different clutch lever for every single model of bike. Emma, what's your best guess? One part, and we're not talking about fasteners, something that you're buying from, have on the shelf. What one part designed for a Triumph motorcycle do you think might be cross-used on the most models? If you had to take a guess. Now, we came up with a good guess, but again, even the docents, nobody had...
I would guess
think of
like
that.
license plate bracket, something that's like DOT or whatever the British equivalent
I
of.
mean, lighting. Actually,
But you got a lot of different fender mounting positions.
and the whole lighting, the way it's suspended and the shape of the lighting itself, it can give a bike its character. So you want to pick something that's really generic. And I'm almost thinking like grips. I'm almost thinking like grips. And I know Triumph have got heated grips and non-heated grips, but I want to say that all Triumph grips are pretty much the same.
Again, I don't know the answer. We were thinking maybe a headlight bucket.
No, because again, we go back to the thing. A lot of
the Tiger doesn't have one. Mine doesn't.
a lot of the individuality of the bikes is expressed via the shape of the fuel tank and the shape of lighting, both headlight and tail light. So, no, that wouldn't be it.
Well, like if you go certain era of KTMs, they all had the same instrument cluster.
Yeah.
All of them did, right? But everyone was different on these bikes. Even I was riding an 850 GT and
Well, you had the big
Sport,
screen.
and Cat had the 900, and they were different.
Yeah.
So
What about oil filters? Do they share a lot of those?
Oh,
in
yeah.
common?
The oil filters are
Bagel.
very,
That's
very
kind of like a
nice.
fastener, I know. But
No.
I'm just curious.
yeah, I don't know. Well,
Or what about a battery cable? Something like that?
yeah, I don't know. It's a good question, and it's a good opportunity to post that question. If anyone out there thinks they have a guess, I'd love to know. I said, you know who's going to know? Somebody who has an adding machine on their desk.
That's
Probably true. Yeah.
exactly true.
With paper tape.
But remember, a lot of these parts are contracted out. I guarantee you that the battery cables on a Triumph are contracted out to probably Vallejo.
You know what?
The oil filters are made by a German company called MAN, who make a lot of filters, MANN.
Yeah.
So, you know, a lot of these...
Ooh. I have a guess. I have a good guess.
Yes?
The ignition module.
Yeah.
What?
Where your key goes in. The ignition module.
The ignition lock?
Yeah. Where you put the key in. Maybe.
What about the turn signals?
No, turn signals are different on different bikes. Could be the ignition. They might have a keyed ignition that is the same.
Levers.
Because they've all got smart
I don't
keys.
know.
They've all got smart keys now. They've all got
Right,
an
I
antenna
know.
and, you know, with
So,
chip in
I
the
mean,
key.
if you go from like a Bonneville to a Tiger, I don't think levers are going to be the same because one's a vintage look. But what would be the same? Maybe where the keyed
They
ignition.
all look the same to me.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know either, but I think it's a fun question to ask. So if anyone wants to send a guess, send it to motorcyclesandmisfits@gmail.com.
And if you are an accountant and have an adding machine on your desk, we will give you greater credibility in your answer.
Maybe foot pegs. No.
I know. I thought of that too,
Something like
or
that.
the passenger peg,
Oh, yeah.
because foot pegs are different from a
Well, it's until you
Bonneville
go
to a
from
Tiger.
that to like the sport bike to the adventure bike. It's a lot. That's a lot to bridge.
Isn't that an interesting question?
Rear
I mean,
axle.
the muffler bearings.
No,
Yeah, there you
'cause
go.
it's depending on the-
Blinker fluid.
Yeah.
How much of the say the Tiger, for example, is actually made in England?
I
wonder
don't
that,
remember
too.
the stats on that.
Like is
Again,
the
they
engine and
have
all that stuff?
factories in like Taiwan, I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Thailand.
Thailand.
Is it Thailand?
Oui.
Okay. Yeah, they have factories around. So, yeah, really cool. That was a big highlight for me. It was, and it's really nice there. And with the museum, they have everything from some very old vintage bikes to customs and they had Daniel Craig's 007 bike. That bike up there on display
Yeah.
in the model that we have. Daniel Craig's that was numbered 7 out of 250. Wow. 007 out of 250.
Nice.
I see what they did there.
Exactly. Well, I want to take a quick break because we have a game coming up, a very special game.
Want to play a
This
game?
could go bad. This could go really good. So we'll find out.
They always go spectacular.
But first, I want to give a shout out to our sponsor of this show, AG1. Maybe you've heard of AG1 before. It is it's a lifestyle change. You know, this is not a meal replacement. This is really a way to get your vitamins and to be healthier. And I'm trying to make an effort. I got my box of AG1 here, and it says right on the front, AG1 is comprehensive and convenient daily nutrition with 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food sourced ingredients made for just about everybody.
And you've been enjoying it, right?
Yeah. It tastes good. It's, you mix it in with water. It's really simple. You don't have to have a blender or anything going on. It's green, which tells you it's healthy. But it tasted like, remember we were trying, like, it tastes like bananas, like some fruit. Not weird.
It could be a
I
good
really
like
liked
smoothie type thing too.
Yeah, I mean, you just mix it into water and
snort it?
drink it down. Well, here's the thing.
Not recommended.
You could. I guess.
Here's the thing that you don't have to take a lot of different vitamins or supplements. This is the one thing. It's got everything in there. AG1 is a foundational nutrition supplement that delivers comprehensive nutrients to support whole body health. It replaces your multivitamin, probiotic, and more in one simple drinkable habit. And the other thing that's really nice, you can get the big pouch and scoop it every day. Or right here, I've got, these are travel packs. So you can have a
They'd be
pack.
great to bring to
Yeah,
Pakistan.
like put them in your hydro pack or something.
Exactly. So these travel packs, each one mixes up with this is just 12 grams in each. So they make it really easy. And I don't know, I think for a lot of people, our age, like we need to start making some changes to our Yeah, Doug, the young guy
I like
in the
how you
room.
look at Doug
Milk
and you say
it.
that.
Milk it, Doug. How old are you now?
He's turning 50 next
40.
week.
Yeah. Yeah, you used to tease me about that. So check out AG1. I'm sure you've heard other people talk about it. It's a good product, and that's why it is still around. People love it. So if you want to take ownership of your health, try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase. Go to drinkag1.com/motorcycles. That's drinkag1.com/motorcycles. You can check it out there. You can drink it in the morning. You can drink it in the afternoon. You can drink it at night.
Or snort it.
It's just yummy, yummy goodness. There you go. Thanks, AG1.
I like yummy goodness.
Green and good. Green means good.
Exactly.
And go.
All right. Are you guys ready for game time?
Yeah.
Always ready.
Let's go.
Feeling.
Do you know what that music means?
If you do, you're old.
I never heard it before.
Oh, guess what? It is time for the Misfits dating game. All right, first up, we're going to bring our bachelorette. She's looking for loving and cuddling. All right, bachelorette Emma, tell us a little something about yourself.
Well, I'm 61 years old. I have an incurable bedwetting habit. I enjoy sausage pornography and eating oranges.
All right, so what we've done is we've got our bachelors here, and they have each chosen a motorcycle or scooter that they will be representing. So, Emma, I'm going to give you an opportunity. You're going to ask some questions about them. They cannot tell you the make and model of the bike, but they've got all sorts of stats, and then you have to pick which bike you want to go on a date with.
Wow.
That's right.
Okay.
All right.
Pick me.
Bachelorette Emma, I'm going to give you the floor. Let's go.
So I've got to decide who's bachelor number 1, bachelor number 2, or bachelor number 3.
All right, let's go. John is 1, Jim is 2, and Bagel is 3. And since you have Douglas next to you, you can confide in him if you want to ask him his opinion.
Okay, bachelor number 1.
Yes.
Are you into chains, belts, or the good old-fashioned shaft?
Ooh, I do love the shaft, but but I'm gonna say chains.
You're going to say chains. Bachelor number 2, same question.
Oh, yeah, baby girl. When I'm taking my inline 4 fast around the track, you better believe that chain's taut and tight.
Ooh.
And well
Answer.
lubed.
Good answer.
Oh, all right. Bachelor number 3, I have a different question for you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, bachelor number 3. Do you like your little button pressed, or do you prefer a good kick to get started?
I like having my button pressed.
Ooh.
Bachelor number 1, same question.
Ooh. Boy, there's nothing like in the morning when you mount me and you give me a big kick. There's nothing like that.
Oh, I say.
Did you just fart, too?
No, that was a chair. For real.
Sure.
If anybody knows me, know that I ain't claim my children.
No, I mean, if he'd have farted right then, I would have just picked him out right now.
Winner.
Bachelor number 2, same question. Do you like your button tickled, or do you like a good kick?
You'll know what I'm talking about when I say neither one, baby girl, because when we get on the track, we're going to spool up with one of those little things you put on the rear tire and spin. So we're talking next level here.
Okay. Next question. Bachelor number 3. How do you like people on top of you? Do you prefer laid back, standard, sitting upright, or face down?
I prefer an upright position.
Oh, I bet you do, honey. Bachelor number 2, same question.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was that?
Do you prefer, when people are on top of you, do you prefer them sitting upright, laid back, or face down?
Oh,
Ass up?
like a monkey humping a doorknob. No, we've like face down, ass up. You know how we pimps roll.
Okay. Number one.
Yes.
Same question.
Well, I'm a very special boy because I like it any way you like it. I can be upright. I can be hunched down. I could be any way that makes you horny, baby.
Do I make you horny, baby? Do I? Fantastic. All right. Bachelor number one. How do you like your rubbers? Do you like them ribbed? Do you like them slick? Do you like them knobby?
Ooh. Well, generally, I'm someone that really likes the ribbed. I like a good ribbing.
Yeah, you like a good rib section.
Yep.
Bachelor number two. How'd you like your rubbers, doll?
Race.
Did he just fart?
He's trying to win.
It's the chair.
He's trying to
He
win.
he just farted. I can smell the egg. Oh, it's nasty. Bachelor number two. How'd you like it?
Depending on where we are, I like my rubber sticky.
Oh,
A lot of times it's a hard choice, but some days soft is better.
Yeah, well,
know.
if they don't start off sticky, darling, they will with me. Bachelor number three. How'd you like your rubbers?
I prefer ribbed.
You prefer rib. Oh, I say. Okay. Bachelor number two. What kind of plug do you prefer? Don't say plug. Don't say butt plug. Don't say butt.
Say it.
I don't know about, Plug's champion, baby. I like my Bosch. We all like Bosch. But with my over square design, 70 millimeter bore,
Oh!
48.7 millimeter stroke at 11,000 RPM red line, that cam chain is going to be running between two cylinders like you can't believe.
Slappity slap. Bachelor number three. What kind of plug do you like, baby? Say butt plug.
I would
He was
probably
going to
go.
say butt plug. He didn't
You know,
say
I-
no.
Regardless of what I come with, I think an NGK is really my favorite.
The not good kind. Bachelor number one.
So, I'm very old school.
I know that.
For me, I like because I'm a dual coil kind of guy.
Yeah.
And
You like it lodged
I do
in your ass.
and so I like two of them at the same time.
Okay, very good.
And I like a good pair of points.
Okay, goodo. So
All right.
I've made
One more round, or are you?
no.
You're good. You're
I'm
good.
I'm ready to make my decision.
All right. So here's how it's going to work. You're going to pick the one that you want to go on the date with, and you're going to try and guess what that bike was.
Okay.
All right. You think you have it locked in?
Okay. I'll go through it.
Or do you want to try and guess what each of those are? Tell
No,
us who
no,
you're
no, no, no,
picking.
no.
All
I'm
right.
just going to guess the winning one.
Okay.
Or do you need to ask a clue? One clue to kind of...
Well, we'll get there. So, Bachelor number one, as much as I enjoyed your answers and I think you'd be great fun, I have this horrible suspicion you're a Harley, so I'm going to pass. Bachelor number three, you're a scooter. Don't even pretend you're anything other than that. Just don't.
Yes.
Just don't.
Well, if I'm British,
Yeah, I know that, but I don't even get... Right, but I know you're a scooter.
He's a maxi scooter. That's what he is.
No, he's a maxi pad. Which brings us to Bachelor number two.
Do I need to tempt you a bit more?
Well,
Of course you pick
no,
him.
no. Well, just hang on, Bachelor.
I
number
speak
two.
your language.
You did, but
Macoonies.
I did get
Flat side.
I did get a little bit of conflicting information.
You did.
From you.
I did. There was some gibberish in there.
How many cylinders do you
4.
have?
Inline 4.
You're an inline. Oh, that's all I needed to know. I think I've got this suspicion that you're like a West Cooley Suzuki Superbike.
You are in the neighborhood.
Yeah, so you're definitely a Superbike. So I pick you, darling.
Well, I am a feisty 38-year-old.
Just say yes to get the date. Bro.
Yes.
Whatever you say, let's go out.
You're a feisty 38-year-old GS 1100?
No, close though. Suzuki GSX 1986 GSX R750.
Fantastic. Yes.
With the patented swirl combustion chamber.
Oh, yes, absolutely. The old twin swirlers. You know, you can't go wrong with a carbureted Suzuki. I made the right choice. Bagel, were you a DMW Deemster by any chance?
No.
But you were British. Triumph Tina!
No.
No, what were you?
Royal Alloy.
A Royal Alloy.
Oh, I saw some there. Yeah.
Bit after my time, sweetie.
Yes.
John?
Yes, you were way off with the Harley.
Oh, go on then.
Ooh.
I am a 1977 RD400.
And I guarantee I'd have a lot of fun on it, but I couldn't afford the fuel consumption.
44 miles to a gallon. Not too bad.
Yeah, but not necessarily when
stock.
it's in the power band. Oh, you're a stock RD 400.
Well, congratulations, Bachelor number 2. Do you want to know where you're going on
Everybody
your
knows
date?
Jim's your
Yeah,
favorite.
where do we get to go?
You win a trip to Alice's Restaurant. You get to ride up the coast and visit Highway 35 through the Santa Cruz Mountains, where you can enjoy all the fun on that.
In Miss Emma, I'm not
beast.
having a flare up at the moment, so we're in good shape.
So, Bachelor number 2, when I spank you hard, are you a screamer or a wailer?
You know I scream like a banshee.
He's going to scream like a little girl. I love it. What a great game. I like that game.
We're so silly.
That was a good one.
All right. So, back to UK Dream Trip. So,
Yes.
Triumph Factory, really cool. Really love that. That's when we headed over to Wales. So, here's where we found the good roads. Now, I didn't get to experience it because, as I said, I went down to Cardiff and then I had to jet and leave early to go see my goddaughter. However, we found out about a ride in northern Wales, and I want to see if you've heard of it because it's pretty cool. It's called the Mock Loop. Have you heard of this, Emma?
Oh, I know what the mock loop is.
The Mock Loop.
Yeah.
So the Mock Loop, apparently up in northern Wales, is where the Royal Air Force
No, not just the Royal Air Force. Air Forces from all over the world.
come to practice flying in inclement weather, foggy conditions, stuff like that.
Like through the canyon
Yes,
carving,
it's
right?
through the canyons.
Yeah.
And as fun as it is seeing the fighters come through, when you see the big freighters come
Oh, I bet
through,
it's
like
nuts.
the Starlifters
Yeah.
and the, I can't remember what the Airbus A400, the big four-engine thing, when you see them come through and they're below you.
That's wild.
yeah, you're riding up on the mountain,
cool.
and in the canyon below, or the valley below, are these jets.
Yeah.
So they
it's
can
supposed
fly
to be
as low
really
as
cool.
100 feet.
Yes. And there's a lot of it on YouTube. So if ever it's a rainy afternoon and you're bored, just go onto YouTube and do Mach Loop. And if you see anything big with four engines, just click on that and you'll be entertained.
Another thing that we didn't get to visit, but is on my list that is also up in northern Wales is, remember Steph Jevons, who's been a guest on our show. She was the first person to ride on all 7 continents.
Oh, yeah, I remember Steph. Yeah,
She went to
very good egg.
Antarctica.
Yes.
Yeah, well, she has a moto camp up in northern Wales that you can go and stay in like the cabins and stuff there and do this amazing dirt biking up there. So that's on my list to go back to. Wales was really cool. We stayed in Brecon, which was right in the middle of Wales, so that we can go do day rides.
How was the food in Wales? Same or?
It was better.
Well, I would think so.
It was
Yeah, probably
better.
much better. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And we ate at a castle our first night. That was really cool. Yeah. Castles are just everywhere. So Wales was nice if you want to have just nice riding. Again, a lot of people in the UK go over to Wales to ride. But again, like from Haley's house in Warrington, I think she also has a house in Wales. It's like 45 minutes away. So it's not far. But that was really cool. Then we headed down to, and this was another highlight, Silverstone Raceway.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Now, I've been to tracks here in the States, one of the most famous tracks here, right in our backyard, Laguna Seca.
15 minutes from my shop, baby.
Doug, it's a world-class track.
Sure.
It's like the hood version of a track when you see Silverstone. Silverstone was big. It had like just the pit lane looked like a convention center. It was huge. Wow. It was multi-levels. So much stuff going on. That was a whole building into itself. Was the pit lane and
opened in 1948. So just after the war, huh?
What's interesting, we went to there's a museum for Silverstone next to the track. It's adjacent to the track. And one of the things they showed was really cool was the history of the track and how they change it from time to time. And what's interesting is they slowed it down by putting in chicanes and curves for better viewing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Not a safety thing, for better viewing.
That's all right, though. I mean,
and
because ultimately, and see, that's what makes it very, very smart. And motor racing, whether it's motorcycle racing, whether it is car racing, truck racing, whatever, it is a spectator sport.
Yeah.
We as the public go there to watch these things moving very, very fast on the track. And the more of them you can see and the more you get this real sense of speed, the more exciting the racing is. That's why Laguna Seca is such a great track, because there are spots where you can see a great deal of the track.
No, Sonoma, you can see a great deal of the track.
Laguna Seca, there's a couple good spots where you can see most
and
of
you
it.
can see a lot, and you can really get a feel for the speed.
Yeah.
So that makes perfect sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in comparison, Laguna Seca, we'll take a golf cart or people hike up to go to the top of the corkscrew, and we sit down in the dirt, watch bikes go by. Well, at Silverstone, our hotel was on the track.
Oh, that's nice.
Last year, they built a Hilton. They took out some of the grandstands right on the straightaway.
I wonder how many
Built a
pounds
Hilton.
it is for a room on race day.
Yeah, right.
With rooms looking down onto the track, with the bar and the rooftop bar and the restaurant and its balconies, all looking on the track.
Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't need to go anywhere but the hotel
Right.
to see everything. But we did. We went over to the museum, did that experience. We did the simulator, race car simulator,
Nice.
and an F1 car, which is not like a toy like you get down at the arcade. This was like real deal, like intense, trying to drive this car.
Did it move on hydraulics and everything?
No, it didn't. No, you're strapped into a seat.
It wasn't VR, was it like a movie
but
screen?
it was just a screen in front of you.
But steering's pushing back against
Oh,
you and stuff
yeah.
like that.
Oh, yeah. And you had to brake hard if you didn't want to go off the track. But had a lot of fun, and Cat and I came in first and second out of the whole group there in the room.
Fantastic.
So that was really fun, and went back to the hotel. We got really lucky. We were there for 2 nights, 3 days. The first 2 days were Ferrari experience. So this was rich guys bringing out their Ferraris and their old race cars and stuff. And then some guys who were doing the rental Ferraris for track day kind of stuff. And that was really cool to see. And then there were also a few F1 cars out there that I think were doing testing. Those things are loud.
Yeah.
Wow.
Formula One, yeah.
And you're right there. And then our last day when we were checking out, there happened to be a motorcycle track day.
These rooms aren't expensive. I just looked for like this coming weekend. It's like 119 pounds.
That's it?
That's not a lot.
No, that's what I said. It's not expensive at all. Yeah.
Yeah, the motel down the street is
King room,
$500 a
facing,
night on
139
4th of July
pounds.
weekend.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the motel.
Yeah, right.
No, this was primo. Good food, drinks.
You get a suite with a
Rooms.
balcony for under 250
Yeah.
pounds. Yeah.
But there's not much around there, is there?
Besides like Ducati North America. No, you're out kind of in the country a bit. There's a lot of like warehouses and industry out there. and then you just hop on these country roads to head off wherever you want to go. But no, that was an amazing experience. And they even had a store. It was like the size of like 2 gaps, just of selling clothing for F1 cars and Silverstone and all that stuff. Really surprised. But they had like, you can get onesies and like also like family.
Did you get a onesie?
No, but you could clothe a family. And you realize how big of fans of racing they are over there. Now, you want to know some irony? I was in this pub at the Castle in Wales, and I glanced over at the TV screen in the pub. It was F1 racing at Laguna Seca.
Oh, wow.
When is the last time? When did they
at Laguna?
I know.
Not forever.
That's the thing. We live here and didn't even know that they had F1 cars going on there.
They haven't been here in a long time. It must have been an old race.
No, it wasn't. It was a couple weekends ago.
Well, no, it was IndyCar.
Yeah.
It was
IndyCar. Yeah.
Was it Indy cars?
Yeah, it was Indy cars.
Okay, it might have been Indy cars, but being,
they're open wheel. They look like
Yeah.
They're Indy cars. Yeah. Very different power output.
Point being that happened here, nobody knew.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, Indy cars, there's a very different amount of power between an Indy car and an F1 car. It's about half the power.
Highly recommend Silverstone just as an experience and staying there and check the calendar to see what's going on when you're there.
Now, the track is not easily accessible, or?
What do you mean by easily
Well, I know
accessible?
sometimes when Cat sets up his tours, he'll tour a track, and I didn't know if that was...
Well, that's why that's something he was looking into, and the fact that there was a motorcycle track day happening
so you can.
on our last day.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. He's sourcing that out. So apparently they do track days.
They do
track days.
Da.
And he found a stash of 12 Ducatis were there at the track. He was like talking to people and getting intel. But we think it's because Ducati Ducati UK is right nearby, so they probably keep a bunch of their bikes there for events or something. They might even just be press bikes that they've given to the track to have.
Right.
But it's a big track. It's really cool. And when you go to the museum, you can actually walk out, and there's a bunch of viewing areas, and you can walk on old sections of the track.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. One of the highlights I think I showed you guys in the museum was your guy's suit and helmet, Barry Sheen's.
Oh, Barry.
Oh, Doug, you haven't seen this yet. So, Emma, tell Doug, what is Barry Sheen famous for?
Well, Barry Sheen is arguably one of the greatest motorcycle racers of all time. And it wasn't just based on his skill. He was enormously skillful, and don't get me wrong. But he was every inch the racer character.
Emma, hand that to Doug so he can
character.
see.
He was quite the character. Barry Sheen was rarely photographed without a cigarette, without a drink in his hand, never without a pretty girl on his arm. Enormously talented.
Or a pair of Fruit of the Looms.
Yeah, working class lad, never forgot his roots. And, he really devoted his life to racing motorcycles, nearly gave his life many, many times. Famously crashed at Daytona.
Famously passed Kenny Roberts and flipped him off.
And flipped off Kenny Roberts. And that
I bet you Kenny loved that.
Yeah.
Well, that was right as the baton was being passed. I mean...
Well, hold that.
Barry Sheen was very much the established racer, and Kenny Roberts was the snot-nosed kid coming up. And the baton did pass. I mean, Kenny Roberts became number one the following year. But, I mean, Barry, he wrecked at Daytona in 74, and it was the highest speed ever recorded for a motorcycle crash. I want to say he was doing 172 miles
Was that when he
an
still
hour.
had the bank?
Wow.
That bank
Yes.
turn? Yeah.
No, he wrecked on the bank.
So Doug, something he was known for, and I've heard this, and now I got witnesses. He drilled holes in his front of his helmet for his cigarette. And there you can see it.
He needs
awesome.
the Moto Bandito smoking helmet.
Totally.
You can see it. You can zoom in and see the hole drilled in
it's
the helmet.
definitely there.
So he could take a last puff on the cigarette before the race.
Wow. That was a good puff, too. That was a good one.
Isn't that funny? So from there, we went on to the National Museum.
Liza.
Now, the National Museum, like we have Barber, we have big museums here. I actually haven't been to Barber, and we have a National Museum here, unfortunately, in Iowa that is shutting down. They're
shutting it down.
Yeah, they're announced the auction. They've just started previews. They're going to be auctioning off the bike.
What a bummer.
So, but I've been to a lot of museums, and you see a lot of different bikes. Well, as I was walking around this National Museum, I saw a lot of different brands of bikes, but I realized I didn't see a single Harley or Indian or Honda or Kawasaki or Yamaha or Suzuki.
That's just British bikes, huh?
All British bikes.
No BMWs either?
No BMWs.
Wow.
All British bikes.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so many brands. And this is have you been to the National Museum? You have to. It's in Birmingham, right? Emma, you've been there?
Oh, many times.
Yeah. It's huge. It's 5 halls of motorcycles connecting hallways. I just thought it was like one hall, and I'm like, I'm going to go in real quick. Cat was waiting in the coffee shop, and I get there and I see hall 1. I'm like, what? And I see a tunnel. I'm like, oh, hall 2. Oh, it just kept going.
Wow, all British, huh?
All British, from vintage to race bikes to Steve McQueen's bike. I mean, just all sorts of everything. Anything that's made an impact to really unique, weird, 3-wheeled things. There were things that looked like, I don't even know how you describe, like a royal carriage trike, weird, interesting.
Steam-powered and
bikes. But the thing that I was most proud of is that in one of the display cabinets there, they have our baton and a flag and a bunch of mementos from the Women Riders World Relay.
That was cool.
That I was a big part of. Mm-hmm. So that was a real honor to see that on display there.
That was cool. The baton and all the other little thingies. That was cool.
Yeah. So that was really cool. And then we had to start heading back, and we finished it out with the Ace Cafe. One thing I didn't say is we had listeners coming out and meeting us at different points. Carlo, Andy, Mike. There was a bunch of people who came out, and when we were in Wales, Sherry Wolf and her husband came and took us to dinner. It was really cool having people come and meet us and hang out with us at different places. So shout out to everyone who came out. That was really cool. And I know Mike was on his way to the Ace Cafe, and he got a nail in his tire.
Boo.
Oh no!
I know.
Poor Mike.
So that was another like real highlight, is getting to like hang out and meet people and talk to them and get to know them as well. So we went to the Ace Cafe. Carlo, who came out and met us on our first day, came out and met us on the last day at the Ace Cafe and had lunch with us right next to the jukebox.
Oh, fantastic.
And I was real proud to see that the Recycle Garage stickers that I put up on the ceiling are still there.
Awesome.
I put them there in 2019, and they're still there.
Nice.
Because everyone puts all their stickers on this wall, but somebody left a ladder out when I was there. And in the little store, they have a little store you can buy T-shirts and patches and stuff. I shimmied up there, stuck our stickers right on the ceiling.
Trying to picture you shimmying.
Well, no, Liza's a shimmerer if she wants to be.
Emma just used a bicycle rack as a ladder.
Yes.
I know you.
So the Ace Cafe, everyone knows. For me, that was another iconic location to visit. To go there and pay your respects, But it is a cafe. You get food and drinks there and hang out. They had just had their big reunion celebration that weekend. We were there on Monday. Then it turns out Chris, who was here at the garage today, he was there on Tuesday. Just missed us. So, the Ace Cafe, I mean, it's an iconic location to go visit. But we had one more place to visit that was kind of cool. And I showed you guys the pictures. So, going way back in our podcast to our dear friend, Elsbeth Beard. And I had called her up and said, hey, I would love to come see your house. She's famous for her water tower. It's like a 6-story water tower. Yeah. It's like 100 and something years old that she's turned into a house. And it's got these amazing tall ceiling bedrooms. And
is it round? Like a yurt?
No, it's is it decahedron or something? It's like, I don't know how many flat
Probably
sides there
octagon.
are. It might be octagon.
Good for cage fighting.
Yeah. And it gets a little bit narrower as it goes up.
Oh, interesting.
And it's this beautiful,
Pictures look
amazing
beautiful.
house with, you go up take the stairwell up to the roof, and you're above everything in her town. But then she said, do you want to see the bike?
The bike.
The bike.
Yeah.
So she took us out to the garage, and the famous bike, let's see, I got the Elsbeth Beard book right there, that she rode around the world, her BMW that she's rebuilt herself a couple times, still sitting there in the garage.
That's cool.
And to be able to sit on it, and she let me take a picture with her. And just remembering, like, the story she told, that, like, remember when she had a problem with the wiring harness, and she found a guy who could rewire the bike, and he rewired the entire bike with the same color wire.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's right.
Right? Or she talked about how, she had these panniers on the back and it was unstable. So she created this frame of supports right above the cylinder heads on her BMW to put like some heavy stuff, tools and stuff, that she just welded up probably in some roadside, mechanic shop or something. And just to see all these things that she had, bodged up and still sitting there. And that bike is still a running bike.
Cool.
Yeah. So that was kind of our whole trip. It was a great trip. There was a couple things I wanted to share. One, shout out to all the car drivers in England who get out of the fast lane and only use it for passing. Wow.
What a concept.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It was awesome. Like there was this order and respect amongst drivers on the freeway.
Like there should be.
Like there should be. And if you come up behind them, they immediately get out of the way. To
Which begs the
see a
question, what the hell
world
do we
where,
do with
society?
where civilized society, yeah, it was awesome. So, Emma, I'd mentioned that I had a problem with...
The hell are you looking at?
I mentioned I had a problem with my Triumph.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you what happened, the symptoms. I'm going to see if you can guess what I did to fix it.
Oh, okay. I'll do my best.
So, our dear friend Haley had just given birth. I had stayed at the house that night.
Yes.
I was heading back to the hospital.
Yes.
And I got the message saying, please bring the vials of stuff frozen in the freezer.
Okay.
And this was now I forgot the name. Before the breast milk comes, you get the
Colostrum.
colostrum. They've
Why are you
been
tapping me on that one?
because you're a parent.
Yeah.
They've been milking her like a goat for all this time, right?
How'd it taste?
Oh, nasty business.
So I had some frozen goods. I had the foresight to wrap it in a little blanket before I put it in the top box.
Yes.
Frozen goods. And then I also got the message, and Haley wants fruit. Okay, I'll stop at a grocery store and get fruit. So this, so again, I'm on this 850 Sport. I load up the bike and I turn the key on, and I notice right away that the console is doing something weird. Now, it goes from white to black when you're riding, depending if you're in shade or sunlight.
Right.
Right? It has a sensor and flops back and forth. Well, this has gone kind of zebra striped and has error codes running down it.
Ooh.
And I'm like, ooh, that's not good.
Oh,
Like,
you're talking like a digital display.
Yeah, the digital
okay,
display.
Gotcha.
It looks like a phone. I mean, the display on a Tiger looks like that.
and it had this like red type error codes. I'm like, ugh. But it was running.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, okay, I'll go to the grocery store. I go to the grocery store. I get off the bike, take the key out, and the display does not turn off. It still has got like white and black stripes and error code. I'm like, well, that's weird. I toggle the key on and off a couple times. Doesn't do anything. I'm like, oh, well. I go in, go shopping, get some stuff. Come back out, load the bike up. Okay, ready to go to the hospital. It's not far away. Put the key in, turn it on, go to hit the ignition.
Won't
Nothing.
start.
Uh-oh.
Nothing. What's up with this? clutch lever, kickstand, off, on, nothing. No lights, no horn, no function whatsoever. That display still has that same pattern and error codes, but nothing will function. So I called the rental company because they said, if anything happens, call us first. I called them. It was a Saturday. And they're like, wow, this is, okay, we don't know what's going on. Well, you probably, if you got it wet, then it might have fried something. I'm like, nope, didn't get it wet. Well, no, that can happen if water gets in there. I'm like, nope. I haven't been riding in any downpours, and I stored it underneath an overhang, and, it's dry as a bone. Well, we don't know, but let us call around and see if we can get somebody out there to help you. So I call Haley. I'm like, I got your frozen goods. My bike is down. Maybe you need to send somebody to come get it because I don't know how long it's going to be. And then the guy calls me back, and he's like, well, here's the problem. Where you are in Warrington, you're in the middle of a triangle of dealerships, and none of them want to drive there. And it may take us hours to get anybody out there because it's a Saturday, and it's hard to get anyone out on a Saturday. And I'm just like, what? But, I just want to get to the hospital.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm like, all right, I'm at a Tesco. You probably know where this is. I was at a Tesco, which was right next to a giant stadium where some match was about to play because there were a bunch of people in uniforms all filing in. So it's a very busy environment. I'm like, can I just put it in a parking spot and leave? And they're like, absolutely not. There's so much theft in Warrington. It's not a safe place. You cannot leave the bike.
That just sucks. What are you going to do?
It's insured. Fuck it.
Yeah. And by the way, and Cat wasn't with me. He was still on Isle of Man. So, Emma, my first question to you is, what do you think was wrong with the bike, and how do you think I fixed it?
I'll tell you what I would do.
Oh, should I? Oh, one more piece of information?
Yes.
The guy, the rental guy said, well, you may need to reset it. You'd have to disconnect the battery. We didn't give you any tools. Right.
And that's where I was going to go.
So I have no tools.
So it sounds to me like the CAN bus went down. And to do it properly, you'd need to take the negative terminal off the battery, touch it against the positive terminal just to empty out any diodes that are in the system, leave it, and then put it back on. But you didn't have any tools.
No tools. I had the seat off. And I was even trying to use a key in the Phillips to try and get the battery.
So you probably just pulled the main fuse and reset it that way.
That's exactly what I did. I started pulling fuses. The main fuse didn't do anything, but the 5-amp ignition fuse did.
So you've just got to isolate that circuit and just let it reset.
Yep. I waited, put it back in, put the key in, turned it on.
And it was good.
It was good.
And therein lies the big problem with digitized components on motorcycles. We all know from our computers, from our phones, from everything, occasionally things just need a reset. And it's not that easy on a bike because there's a lot of stored information in a Triumph. And stored information is the map for the engine, but more importantly, the clock and the service interval. You know that little wrench that pops up on the dashboard?
Yep. And the wrench did come up.
Right, because you set everything back
and
to
the clock
0.
was wrong.
And the clock was wrong.
Yeah.
So...
And I did get a check engine light for a while, but I didn't tell them that.
No, did it go out, though?
It did go out.
Yeah, it was a soft check engine light because it was relearning the map.
Yeah.
That's why it came on. So, and that's the problem. And I don't want to sound like the complete technophobe. Should we go back to carburetors and points? No, of course we shouldn't. It's motorcycles with carbs, generally from an emission standpoint, are dirty. points are tricky and hard to set. And everybody back in the day grumbled about points. But there has to be a balance of technology and then just over-the-top technology. And I've long seen these big digital screens, like a mobile phone on bikes, as being a weak point.
Well, and here's the thing, too. I was kind of sensing that when I was telling him, I think it's probably like a computer glitched out and needs to be reset. Is there a way to reset it? And he's like, no, you just have to redo the battery. I'm like, well, but he kept going like, we got to get someone out there. We got to get someone out there. I'm like, there's got to be a way to reset it. And the funny thing is so he called me again to tell me he still didn't have anyone on the way. And I went, let me stop you there. I got it going. He's like, what? Yeah, I got it going. It's good. I'm good. He's what? I pulled the fuse. He went, the fuse? Oh. Oh, like he hadn't thought of that. And so I'm like, yep. He's like, well, okay. Well, getting the seat on is tricky. You got to make sure. Yeah, I already got the seat on. Well, you got to make sure you slide it in and you snap. Yeah, I already got the seat on. Like, I kept trying to tell him, like, I have a little bit of ability with a motorcycle. But I have to assume with people renting bikes that there are people who know nothing. And they don't want them to touch anything or do anything. And he just kept trying to explain to me how to put the seat in. And I kept saying, it's already on. So that was it. I got it done.
How long were you
down?
Disabled?
Maybe 15 minutes.
Okay. That's not bad.
So I was able to get the colostrum delivered without it melting. Yes.
Mission accomplished.
The pressure was on. I know. I was kind of proud. I was kind of proud of myself. So overall, it was an excellent trip. Would love to go again and go back and visit Isle of Man and maybe the Triumph Factory. In fact, Emma, do you have any interest in going back?
So you broached this subject with me before, and you, rather rashly, I feel, said Emma would be the ideal host for an English trip.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying no, but let's get down to realistic propositions here. I do the Dolomites training tour.
Yeah.
I do Castles and Curves. I do Vietnam. And if I would include England, that is well over a month of vacation time. And all the time that I'm on vacation, Moto Town is closed.
Yeah.
So theoretically, I could do it. But sooner or later, people are going to get pissed off when they want their bikes worked on at Moto Town. I'm simply not there. So I have to kind of regulate the amount of time. I'm not saying no. What I would love to hear is from people who would either go on the English trip or our English listeners, if you would like me to host that trip. Because, you might get a lot of British people saying, oh, no, Emma's a complete wanker. We don't want to
here's what I think.
Trip.
I think it could be a 1-week trip and basically in northern England. I think Silverstone, the museum, the Triumph Factory, Wales, maybe Northern Wales, Liverpool.
We could stop in at my brother's for a cup of tea.
Yeah, and then the Isle of Man. I think there's a lot packed into 1 week.
No, I mean, I've no doubt it's a week trip, but when you add it to all the other trips I do, and as well, you've got to remember, Liza, that I don't actually take vacations.
Yeah.
Like Cat, I work very hard on these trips because having been in the hospitality industry, there's this equation that the harder you work, the better time your guests have. And you can't get away from that equation.
Yeah.
You can slice it and dice it any way you want, but that is the equation. The harder you as a tour guide work, the better trip your people are going to have.
Well, we'll keep talking about it because to me that was a dream trip, to ride a Triumph around the UK and visit all these locations.
And have it break down on you. It's fantastic. That's the authentic
very Triumph-like.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So what a great time. If you listeners out there want to go to Isle of Man, experience it, send me an email. I'll tell you where the secret tunnel is.
Right.
Little tricks.
But more importantly, I mean, if you have an interest in this trip, and I've made it very, very clear that I think as we move forward as the Misfits, these trips are going to really become part of our future. If you want to see me host an English trip, whether you're in England or you'd sign up for the trip, just let us know. And
I have an idea.
yes,
I have an idea.
yes.
Jim, what do you think about this?
Okay.
What if we create a trip that we each take a section and we can just go for like 3 days and hand them off? Jim, you can be up in Scotland. We'll pass them off at the border. Emma, you can take northern UK. I'll take southern UK. One of you two want to take some of Wales? Go
Tag
to
team terrain.
the mock loop.
Sure.
There you go, Doug. So yeah, we can just all go for like a few days and just pass them off.
Fly to the UK for 3 days.
Sounds like
Well,
fun.
you know, I mean, I was going to say like 10, 11 hours on a plane for 3 days.
I
Yeah,
know.
it's a hard sell.
So what a
just meet me
wonderful
at the
time.
Wallace Monument. I'll see you there. Don't worry.
And a big, shout out and thanks to Cat McLeod of Layout Escapes for,
Let me tell you
planning it out and booking all of these amazing places we stayed.
Let me tell you something about Cat. And Liza's figured it out by now, but for those of you who don't figure it out, that guy is a pro. He is an incredibly hardworking individual. His attention to detail on these trips is really what sets them apart. He's absolutely professional. He puts on a great trip. And for me, he's a pleasure to work with. So, tra-la-la.
So I think we have time for a couple emails. Doug, you have one there. And Bagel, did you get yours?
I did.
Okay.
I'll read mine, I suppose.
Well, I suppose you should, Doug.
I suppose I should. This is titled Texas Lane Splitting Law by Cafe Moto X. An inquiry with regards to the Texas lane splitting law that took effect on September 1st. Where is AMA when the bill was presented? Also, lane splitting in Texas was already legal, but not explicitly so. The bill just made it explicit for the police, insurance claims, etc., just like California had to pass a bill in 2017. To explicitly make lane splitting legal and allow CHP to present lane splitting guidelines and training criteria. Also, Naked Jim's comment makes no sense that he'd drive his truck if he couldn't lane split. If it did, no one in the other states where lane splitting is illegal, explicitly or implicitly, would ride. As for Bagel's comment on Texans not being big on governmental overreach, does he know that what they've done in terms of education, teachers and libraries banned mentioning same-sex relationships, sexual orientation, gender identity, etc., trans rights, gender-affirming care, and reproductive rights, to name of the three quote-unquote overreaches. Last, please stop using air-cooled bikes as an excuse for anything. Anyone that rides an air-cooled bike does it by choice and knows and accepts the negatives. Liquid-cooled has been around long enough, even for the Harley crowd. Then there's an addendum. One more thing. I don't care if you support AMA or not. I don't support the AMA because they're outdated and stuck in the past. Example, helmet laws. Instead of the present and future, ideally, AMA members and supporters should be pushing AMA to focus on the right things. In reality, I have no idea how to do this other than not be a member. AMA does not ask for feedback nor does surveys to members, potential members, and non-members, which is why it's very important who the leaders at AMA are, and I think they all need to go to a younger next generation.
I just want to comment on that real quick. Those are valid points about the AMA, and there are a lot of people with different opinions about the AMA, what they should be doing and what they shouldn't be doing. But when I have asked Rob Dingman about that specifically, he sides with what the majority of his supporters want. And the majority of the supporters really don't want helmet laws in their states, unfortunately. And when they try to enforce safety features that people don't want, they will leave the AMA. So what we think of the AMA as what they should be doing to help protect people and lobby for that, they can't, because that's not what the people want. It's kind of a weird thing. But it's a good point, though. And I wanted to add real quick on that article about the lane splitting. What was really heartbreaking is to read some of the comments. There's this one that says, living near Los Angeles, it really is unsafe. I've been riding for over 30 years, and I would never put me or my Goldwing in peril. In LA, about 10 years ago, and was stopped in traffic. A motorcyclist
rides a
was
fucking Goldwing.
lane
Exactly.
splitting when a driver opened his door to spit out a chaw of tobacco and splat. I never did hear if he survived, but never thought about doing it again. And
I wouldn't
the
lane
next
split
person
with a Goldwing either.
says, as a long-time motorcyclist, I don't think it should be legal. And there are a lot of people who have this fear, which is unfortunate. A lot of people, I mean, yeah, there were people saying we should be able to do it, but it's a fear of it, so they don't think anyone should do it because they're afraid of it.
And look, this is a very, very important point. And I'm going to sound ass-kissy right now, and I'm not. The California Highway Patrol know what they're fucking doing. Whether you like their methods or not, to me, the CHP are probably the standard of the country. Not least because the freeway system here in California is so well established, and the Highway Patrol have been policing these roads for a long time. Now, at some stage, the California legislature reached out to the Highway Patrol and said, what is your investigation of lane splitting? And they said, it is safe.
Yeah, there are statistics.
It is safe, but not compulsory. And that is the important distinction.
If you don't want to do it,
That's
you
the
don't have
truth.
to
If
do
you
it.
don't want to do it,
Yep.
don't do it. But if you want to do it, it has been deemed safe by the California Highway Patrol.
So there you go.
So it becomes your choice. And that's the
Permissible.
end of the argument. If you ride a Goldwing, and I've got to be honest with you, if I rode a Goldwing, I would think very, very
Yeah, I know.
hard
I've gotten
and
stuck
fast
behind
about
them, lane splitting, and I'm like,
Right.
who the fuck's blocking up the lane
So
splitting?
it's
And it was a Goldwing.
unfortunate to hear that they full out made it illegal. But here's the thing: it was never legal there. It was
Right,
one of
right.
those gray laws, just like ours was a gray law until they actually made it
And
legal.
had you listened to the show, the crux I was making was keep an eye on what your state legislators are doing, because they wheel in these experts. And it applies to a whole slew of things, like Cafe Motor X said. It applies to same-sex marriage. It applies to gender-affirming surgery. It applies to a number of things. Depending on the, inverted commas, expert they get in and advise them will depend on how that law goes down in your state.
Well, let me just stop you there, as I would say. Maybe let's save this.
Well, let's go back to the AMA.
Well, do I get-
No.
Can I
We're-
explain mine?
Yeah, but we're out of time, so I want to say maybe we need to
thanks.
save this for a much bigger conversation
Okay.
next
I won't
week.
be here for like a month, so.
Oh, well, what's your point then?
Well, you
No, I wanted to give everyone time and do it on another show, but if you won't be here, what did you want to add?
Well, since I was named out, I just want to explain myself a little bit better.
Yeah.
So the reason I made the comment I did, and thanks for mentioning it in the email, is I commute to work every day. So I go about 35 miles each direction on two roads mainly, Highway 17, which is a mountain highway with a lot of traffic, and then into the heart of Silicon Valley on some expressways there. So I'm in a lot of traffic when I commute back and forth to work pretty much every day. It's not uncommon on my commute to have really bad traffic. Highway 17, for example, last Thursday, there was a 2-car accident on the other side of the mountain from where we live. And traffic, I mean, I think I lane split for about 7.5 miles. And because of the nature of that road and the rain especially, it's not uncommon to have that kind of traffic. Same when I get over to Santa Clara County in Silicon Valley. These are 4-lane expressways with traffic lights. So I do a lot of filtering. So there's times where I'll filter up to a traffic light between, it could be 2 cars, it could be, no joke, 20 or 30 cars that I filter in front of. If there's times where I can't filter or can't lane split, it gets so hot sometimes, right? And all this kind of, and mentally very frustrating. So the reason I said if I can't lane split, then I just assume sit in my truck with a cup of coffee, trying to find my moment of zen, listening to the radio, because sitting in stop traffic on a motorcycle when you could be lane splitting would just drive.
Oh yeah, no, 100% agreed.
Yeah, if I only rode on the weekends or had like wide open roads where I rode, it'd be very different. But in California, lane splitting is a big deal. So I just want to clarify my comments. Thank you for
and Jim, for
letting
what
me
it's
get
worth,
a word in.
For what it's worth, I understood your comment, and I thought it was legit. So.
All right, Bagel, you got a quick one?
Yeah, just to respond to what he had said in the email, Yes, I am 100% on board, and yes, there are people I know in Texas who are mad as hell about those things too.
All right.
Good-o.
John.
I want to address the AMA issue, so not the lane splitting specifically. All I want to say is I hear the listener that the AMA can feel a little bit antiquated in the way they approach things. And even when you go to events, you can kind of see that they're a bit old school, but they're all we got, number one.
Yeah.
And number two, the only way they're going to modernize is by all of us join the AMA, or younger people, younger than me, join the AMA and force those changes on it. It's just pulling back. Well, like Liza said, I mean, they're very approachable, and they're very, so just start sending emails, start talking to them, start engaging, because I think there's a way to change it. And because we're not going to recreate something like the AMA with that kind of infrastructure quickly or easily.
Yeah.
No.
Thank you, John. All right, Emma, you got a quick email there?
I do. And this is entitled Take the Trip.
Yes.
From Stephen Floyd. I found myself with an extra day off this week, so I tossed 2 bags on the bike with a change of underwear, socks, and a toothbrush. I live in Oregon and pointed my trusty Triumph south. Hit Grants Pass to have a meal with my daughter. Oh, I've got a niece who lives in Grants Pass. I was going to take 199 into Crescent City, but it was closed due to fires. So I jumped back on 5, blasted to Reading, stopping at a Motel 6, which of course is Liza's favourite. Woke up early, hit Mickey D's, and headed west on 299. There's something just so amazing about riding through the mountains in California. Just stunning turn after turn. I concur, Stephen. Northern California is drop dead gorgeous. Absolutely drop dead gorgeous. Then I turned onto Highway 3, absolutely beautiful and amazing curves for what seemed like hours. My goal was to ride the Avenue of the Giants. Oh, God, that's such
love
a
it.
favourite
Love it,
of
love
mine.
it. Got to do it.
Have you seen that picture of me with Rufus on the Avenue of the Giants? I did, and it was the most amazing road to just cruise and take in the massive redwood trees. I realised I needed to head back north for work the next morning. 101 in California is such a great, fast-paced highway. Blasted home, it took about 8 hours, rolled in at 10:30 p.m., 930 miles in total, 36 hours.
Wow.
Take the trip.
Yeah.
It's worth it. The last true road trip I took was with my dear friend Michael McCarthy. He was on his Dosaduro. I was on Rufus. We did pretty much that same trip. It was a 3-day trip. And yet, here it is, etched on my memory, like the fond caress of a lover.
Nice.
Take the trip. That's why we own fucking motorbikes.
Absolutely.
Well, we got time for one more email, and we're going to find out if Bagel's going to be taking a trip. Bagel, go ahead.
This is from JR. He writes, perhaps you have heard that Phil is in the early stages of planning a scooter endurance rallies /race. I am shocked and dismayed that the most famous reindeer scooter rider of all is being blackballed. I speak of Bagel. Seriously, Phil, no mention of Team Bagel? I hope the Misfits can rally and get Bagel's name on the ballot. Is Phil afraid?
Oh.
Maybe he should
Gauntlet is thrown.
Are you doing this, Bagel?
I was listening to the podcast this morning on my way to where I'm staying tonight, on my way back from Heinkel Fest, and I am very intrigued by this.
Okay,
but I think there may need to be some changes to the how it's organized. But I think there's some potential there.
I'll take the bourbon,
the
Bagel,
idea.
and we'll win this thing.
Okay, well, Phil,
No. This is on buddies.
Phil,
Specifically.
shout out if you're afraid of Bagel. Watch.
I'm
out.
afraid of
He's
Bagel. Are you
coming
kidding
for
me?
I
you.
am too.
All right, cool, Bagel. We'll get into that some more and see. That's it. What did you guys think? Dream UK tour.
Sounds great.
Did I sell it good? Is it
You
something
did.
you're interested in?
I just want to go to Idaho.
Can I just do one day?
Living in your own
I just
private
wanna go to
Idaho. We're living in your own private Idaho.
I really enjoyed it,
Oh.
Emma. I and again, like I said, so much more respect for the riders there. That was real biker shit. All the riders that I
That
met
is-
and saw.
That is how I grew up.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I'm really the luckiest person in the world because I get to come over here And because I live in California, I'm special and I do this podcast, but I'm very ordinary back home. There's thousands like me. There are thousands of people who just grew up with these things and rode them and loved them and learnt how to work on them. And if I was back home in England, I'd just be just same as everybody else.
Yeah.
And you kind of figured that out.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of very, very serious shit going on in England. It's unique in motorcycling.
Yeah.
It really is. And I recommend anybody who hasn't ridden a motorcycle around England or experienced the English biker culture, do it. Do it. And in a lot of cases, the bigger the town and the tougher the environment of the town, the more hardcore the culture.
There you go.
Tra-la-la.
All right. So I think that wraps it up. Hey, I love the email about the great road, and maybe we should ask people to share their favorite rides, great roads.
Go on a ride and tell us about it.
Yeah, and send it to motorcyclesandmisfits@gmail.com. In fact, maybe I got to look at our website. Maybe we could have a place there where people can post great rides.
If somebody sends me, a report of a ride, and it touches my soul or touches my bits, I'll send them a prize.
Oh.
And it's going to be a good prize. It's not going to be a folderol prize.
Oh.
It's going to be a good prize. So take a ride, tell me about it, and I will send you a prize.
Okay.
And I think everybody should send Phil an email about Team Bagel.
No.
Team Bagel.
Oh, no. Let's not get in a war with Phil.
No.
We will not win that war. No. But again, hey, guys, thank you for covering while I was gone, covering the garage, covering the podcast, keeping it going. I really appreciate
Oh, yeah, it was easy peasy.
Lemon squeezy.
Yeah. All right. So, but most of all, thanks to all of our listeners, everyone who came out, saw me and Cat in the UK, and people send the emails, and especially our Patreon subscribers. Thank you very much. Our community is just amazing. We really are lucky that we have this extended world of misfits. So thanks to everyone. On that note, I think I'm ready to get out of here. Thanks, everyone. This is Liza.
Stumpy John.
Emma, darling!
Douglas.
Make it Jim, son.
Bagel.
And we are out of here.
Cool.